Hi guys, it's Mark Zickrey, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Zickrey, author of the Twilight Zone Companion, and this is your Twilight Zone Minute. Today we are talking about one of my very favorite episodes of the Twilight Zone, The After Hours, starring the wonderful Anne Francis, formerly the star of Forbidden Planet. This episode was directed by my dear friend Doug Hayes, one of the great directors of the Twilight Zone. He did Eye of the Beholder, he did The Howling Man, he did The Invaders, and he did this episode as well. And it's very, very cool. The genesis of it was that MGM had just shot a movie set in a newspaper office, and they asked the Twilight Zone company, production company, could you utilize this set, redressing it? And they said, yes, we could redress it as a department store. And that's how they got that massive set. And the idea of going to a floor in a department store that doesn't exist for other people was a very cool idea. Anne Francis plays a woman who keeps seeing mannequins that seemingly come alive, and vice versa, people who seemingly turn into mannequins. It was the great William Tuttle overseeing Charles Schramm to make those wonderful mannequins of three of the lead actors, including Anne Francis herself. If you go on the web, you can probably find color publicity stills of this episode because they were shot at the time. Photo of Anne Francis with her mannequin duplicate. She was a wonderful actress. Later she'd be in Honey West, many other things. I interviewed her when I did the Twilight Zone Companion. She was incredibly gracious, incredibly talented, and was able to play strong women. And people comment about Rod Serling writing weak women. But there are many episodes in Twilight Zone where the female characters are very strong and as fully rounded as any of the male characters. Eye of the Beholder is certainly one of those, and this one is equally terrific. It's interesting because when Ray Bradbury gave those 4 books to Rod Serling to read to acquaint him with the genre, one of them was by John Collier, the British writer. They did an adaptation of The Chaser, one of his stories. But another very famous John Collier story is called Evening Primrose. Now later this would be done as a TV musical with songs and music by Stephen Sondheim. But for now, that would be in the 60s, around I think 1966, something like that. But now, it was clearly an influence on this script by Serling because in that story, a man, I think it's a poet disappointed in his life, decides to go live secretly in the department store, and he finds that there's a whole society of people who live there and are a secret society, and if you break their rules, they turn you into a mannequin. And I think, although it's a different story, it's clearly an inspiration. So if you want to have a good time, hunt down that story and then watch The After Hours. It's beautifully directed by Doug Hayes. The opening shot, which is this massively wonderful traveling shot through the department store, is great. James Milholland plays the manager of the store in a very snippy, cool fashion. And again, it's one of the eerier, more melancholy episodes, and it is one of my favorites. It's just gorgeously shot by George Clemens, and I cannot recommend it highly enough if you've never seen it. And if you have, go see it again. And then go to TwilightZoneCommentaries.com, where you can get 104 episode commentaries that I'll be doing over the period of a year. You'll get 2 per week. It's not expensive, and you will really enjoy it. So that's it. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.